Welcome to Left Right Out. It's been a little while, but I'm going to chat about the market. As you've seen, probably the market's been selling off. This is an actual little bit of a correction. It's nice. In fact, some of the hedge bets I've had have made some money, pulled some money out, because this isn't it. Like maybe, because there's a new variant, or it's relatively new. I guess they've had, it's been on the radar for a little bit, but now they've come out with some more information about it. And then it has spread a little bit. They have it in a number of countries. And the real concern about it is all the mutations on the spike protein, which is, sorry for the rockiness, that's what the vaccines have been targeting, is that spike protein. So this will evade, more than likely, any kind of vaccination status. So that's, natural immunity. It's probably going to have a better effect on that because it is more comprehensive with the different antigenic portions of the virus, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be good too. That's the concern, is that this thing can evade the immune system in general, possibly. I mean, that's the hypothesis. We don't know yet. So, but we've had other variants and the market hasn't acted like this. And all of a sudden this one, and that's just prone to the psychology of this whole thing. So you got to be, nimble and be able to and play in this manipulated market. It's not capitalistic by any means, but so you go in and then there's some other things. So you look at the treasury. This is how you know this isn't the big crash. Look at the 10-year. It actually felt like, we're talking about moves that don't happen. Moves like this used to not happen over a year or so, but we've went from 1.65, I think it topped out at maybe 1.66 on the 10-year. And last I checked, it was at under 1.5. It's an astronomical move. The move in oil is astronomical too, 10-11% drop. But, you're going to have these exacerbated movements, especially now that you got the psychology. They're pushing this fear, or the media and everything, because, it's a good story. Now, is there something to fear? Possibly. We don't know. That's why you got to be nimble. But I'm just saying that the financial system isn't crashing over this. It's not the big move, the currency collapse. And because when you do see that, you're going to see the 10-year just spike, because you're going to see it like an uncontrollable move in interest rates. Because, right now people are still, what that shows you when the yield goes down, the headlines are manipulated a little bit. Oh, the treasuries are selling off the yields. Okay, no, the treasury bills are actually going up in price because people are flooding there in some sort of, safety play right now. That's why the yields are going down. They're inversely correlated. So as the yields go down, the bond prices go up. That's just basic stuff. So you see that, and you see them moving out of oil, out of fear that, there'll be a lockdown in the transportation sector, especially airlines, because they're huge consumers of fossil fuels. And you see there's already, semi-lockdowns regardless of this thing going on in like Europe or whatnot. But anyway, let's talk about I'm going to stay more on the markets and how this affects. This isn't the big crash, but this is a nice little pullback. You need that fear in the market, in a real market. So you're seeing that bump in volatility. It should come in, the gut check. Now, the weird thing is the way cryptocurrencies are moving. So gold is holding steady. Crypto is selling off, which you'd think that would be more of a fear trade too, where people would pile into that. Granted, you look at the move over a year or so, it's a huge move. So I don't know how to really analyze the crypto besides in the charts, but I don't know where this money's going out and going to. But at least that's a little more transparent. I see the utility in crypto. I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying that it's kind of odd to think that you'd see, when this fear trade pops up, the move, you would see some stabilization in crypto at the very least. But it doesn't matter. So then you have the Fed coming out with some minutes. You see a little more concern in the inflationary environment from them. They're the ones that create it. And here's another thing. So everybody's blaming Biden, which I am, because we haven't even seen the ramifications of Biden's policies. Or we have seen the ramification, but we haven't seen the overall ramification when it comes in terms of monetary policy, which he doesn't really have control over. But, sorry, somebody honked at me. They see my plates. And when I'm out of state, other people from my state they, were very, I don't know, there's a lot of camaraderie there, kind of like being from Texas almost. So you're like, hey, what's up? It's not very many of us. So anyway, so what you're going to see in Biden's policies are really going to take effect here coming up monetarily. When the Fed does things, there's a lag. So that's what I'm getting at. There's usually a 1 to 2 quarter lag on monetary policy. Now we're seeing some monetary policy that's never been tried, at least to the same extent. But we're seeing that. So we should see. So right now, what we are seeing is the latter half of the Trump administration. What Powell has done underneath that administration, and what we're going to start seeing is the first half of Biden's administration with the monetary policy. Granted, it's, most of this is driven by the Fed, but then you have all the spending bills, and who backstops that? Well, the Fed has to, because there's nobody in the Treasury market hardly anymore besides them and their primary dealers. So anyway, what I'm saying is that things are crazy, and the market, hopefully, I am hoping that, we kind of get, stabilizes at this move here, and then we move down. We need a healthy correction. We used to have corrections. We haven't had corrections in years. We need that 10, 15, maybe even a 20% correction if you want healthy moves in the market, even though the market's manipulated. But will that happen? I don't know. I know that in the Treasury market, there was a little blip in where the Fed and the primary dealers recently were not able to engage in the market or something. I read something about that, and there was a reason why there's like a really horrible Treasury auction, which you got to forgive me, I didn't really pay attention. I've been out of it. I've been sick. I've been doing other things. So anyway, it's just interesting. This is Left Right Out. I'll talk to you later.